And this is year number, you were babies, number 16. Where are those of you in the back? You're 16, you're younger. So I've been here for quite a while. At this time, would everyone please stand for the presentation?
Right, face, forward, march. March time, march. Color guard, halt. Left, face. Freeze in, arms.
Oh, say, for the land of the free and the home of God, we rise. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won, is won.
To Gwen roll all of this together and introducing us to the great one. African American president students of First Independence Bay. Got it? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Mr. Hutcherson. And before I move on, I have to thank the real first lady, his mom. Please stand. She's 85 years old and she's here. She was in my office talking about finance. And I said, well, you get it from your mother. And I have to introduce your family if you don't mind. I know that's on your docket. But with his wife, Monica, the other first lady, and the children and the grandkids, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for coming. I see you, Terry. Now, you know I have to do my little, where are the CT grads? Please stand. Come on. Wow. That's why the bank is so awesome. Okay. These are all CT grads. 78. 70. 78. 87. Okay, yes. Very good. I won't tell you. Mulford High School class of don't worry about it. To my sorors, you know who you are. Okay, and all of the others. Welcome. I want to say to Miss Pam, English, assistant principal, come on over here. She's my assistant principal. She's new to the school, but she's a CT grad. She worked along with Miss Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Lisa is the bomb. She and these two here organized everything you're going to see today. And I believe in giving credit where credit is due. So thanks to both of you all for pulling this together. And to the great man sitting here with the camera, stand up, Mr. Woods. Another great supporter of Mr. Hutcherson, and I just want to thank you for everything. So, I'm Lisa Phillips, the proud principal of Cass, and I'm going to tell you why. My PTA SAC president is here. Stand up, Mom. Come on. SAC president, come on. That's Miss Graham, Mrs. Graham. But the reason why I'm so proud standing here is because in this building are 2,600 students, the largest high school probably in the state. But out of the 2,600, our average GPA is probably about a 3.2 or higher. We have way over 50% of the kids on the honor roll. I like to say that at the end of every year, the senior class, they only earn $85 million in documented scholarships, not play, but real scholarships from the Cass Technical High School. Graduation rate of 98.9, college acceptance 99%, daily attendance is about 97%, depending on the snowstorms. We have partnerships with just about everyone that you can think of. Last month, we took a group of students to New York to visit Gucci, but we didn't go there to shop. That's not what I do. I wanted them to understand there's more to life than being a consumer and buying those expensive shoes. Let's go to Gucci in the executive suite, and that's where we were. Some of the kids were there, and we had questions about marketing, your law program, your journalism program, how do you ship things from the north to the south? And we found out that what they sell in Milan is not what they sell downtown Detroit. What they sell in Beverly Hills is not what they're selling in Chicago. So they had a clear understanding of being more than a consumer. I want my kids to run the company. So that's what we do over here. We introduce our kids to people who can take them to the next level. And at Gucci, they had to say to our kids, we didn't expect those questions. They were saying, no, we don't want to know about how much to pay for a purse. No, we want to know why are you charging those prices and how much did it cost to actually manufacture the LaFat purse that we're paying $3,000 for. So that brings us to today. You meet this great man today because I don't know of an African American president of any bank. I don't know them. And to be in the same room with him, Mr. Hutcherson, is a big deal, young people. This is a big deal. And I want you to take advantage of the young man you're going to meet. And I want you to be inspired so that one day you can run a corporation like he's running. And I'm even going to get an account at First Independence. I'm going to make sure I get one. And we're talking about some things I won't mention. I'm going to let him mention it, that I think the students are going to enjoy. Because as your principal, we just don't do average. We go far and beyond at Cass Tech. And when he tells you about our partnership of what we're going to open up here, I think you'll be pleasantly pleased. So without that being said, because we have a talent show coming in about 40 minutes, I'm just going to say, welcome, Mr. Hutcherson, President Hutcherson, your family, your friends. Thank you for coming to Cass Tech. And we're going to have an everlasting partnership. And Gwen and Mr. Woods, I don't know your name, sir, but hi. Dr. Noel, Ferris Noel. I didn't mean to overlook you, but welcome to Cass Tech as well. And if I left you out and I didn't say something nice about you, I will at the next session upstairs.
All right, that's better. I'm struggling with losing my voice. So this is the best I'm gonna get this morning, but yesterday I was terrible, so we're all happy I can just speak. So I want to say good morning to the Cass Tech faculty, students, the First Lady of Cass, Lisa Phillips, our amazing principal, the President of the Cass Tech Alumni Association, Leslie Graham, the First Independence Bank team, board members, and last but not least, a greeting to our guest of honor, Dimitrius Hutcherson, and his wife, First Lady Monica, and his loving family and friends. So, it is such a privilege and a blessing to know Dimitrius Hutcherson, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to share with you today a little history of our story and introduce them for this wonderful celebration. So we're all excited to be here, but you might be asking yourself, how did Dimitrius get a Dimitrius Day at Cass Tech? And the students may be saying, why are we here? We don't know who this man is. Well, I am going to tell you. So Dimitrius Hutcherson is a Cass Tech alum, class of 1978. Dimitrius is president of First Independence Bank, the 7th largest Black-owned bank in the United States. Okay, I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back. Dimitrius Hutcherson is president of First Independence Bank, the 7th largest Black-owned bank in the United States. First Independence is headquartered here in the heart of Detroit, with branches in Detroit, as well as the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Dimitrius is my friend, and I'm sure he is a great friend to all of you as well. But just as important, Dimitrius is a friend to our community, and he's a friend to the city of Detroit. Dimitrius is dependable, reliable, principled, and he is a man of high integrity. He's a great husband, loving father, and grandfather. And last but not least, he's a golfer, which is how we came to be here today. So, I am a former board member of the Cass Tech Alumni Association, and I've chaired the Cass Tech Golf Outing for the last 15 years. This year we'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary. And our goal is to always make sure the young people here at Cass Tech have an opportunity to play golf and to learn golf at an early age, even when DPSCD does not have funding to provide that opportunity. The Cass Tech alumni has always stepped in to do that. So we were at a UNCF fundraiser, black tie, he's with his wife Monica, and I see Dimitrius. Now he always buys a foursome, he comes and he calls. But I saw an opportunity. So I walked up to Dimitrius and said, Dimitrius, you know, I really appreciate that you sponsor a foursome at the golf outing every year. And he's done it, I don't know, probably since he's been back in Detroit. But I said, I need you to step up. I need you to do more. We have so many students who want the opportunity to learn golf, and they deserve the opportunity to learn golf and play at a young age so that they can be competitive. So Dimitrius, you know, his wife Monica, she's looking at me like, girl, you see me in black tie here. What are you talking about? But she's so gracious, and Dimitrius said, Gwen, give me a call. Well, we had that call, and Dimitrius said, yes, Gwen, I will step up, I'll sponsor the golf outing, and I want to build a relationship with the Cass students, parents, faculty, and through my First Independence family. So I don't just want to come in here and give you some money and sponsor this golf outing. I want to make an impact on all these students sitting back here. I want them to have bank accounts. I want them to know how to save money. I want them to understand financial literacy. So when they sign those NILs, they know what to do with that money. Because it's not just about getting the money, it's about keeping the money. So he said, well, I don't know Principal Phillips. I said, well, I'm going to introduce you to Principal Phillips. So when I set up a meeting, we talked about First Independence working with Cass. And Lisa said, oh, she says, he's president of a bank? Oh no, we are having Cass Tech Day for him. Because the students need to be exposed. They need to know that there's a black president of a bank here in Detroit. And so here we are. So thank you, Lisa, who always goes above and beyond. You give Lisa an idea, it's like to the fifth power. That is what Lisa does. So before I bring our guest of honor on stage, we have a brief video that we like to show from Kenneth Kelly, who's the chairman and CEO of First Independence Bank.
Good afternoon. My name is Kenneth Kelly, and I serve as the chairman and CEO of First Independence Bank. It is with great pride and pleasure that we congratulate our very own president, Dimitrius Hutcherson, on Cass Tech Dimitrius Hutcherson Day. We're so proud of his journey of being a technician, moving on to Morehouse, and moving on through Harvard Business School, and today he is leading one of the largest African-American owned banks in this country. Congratulations, Dimitrius. We're very proud of you.
Ladies, gentlemen, students, please welcome to the stage Dimitrius Hutcherson, President of First Independence Bank.
Best class ever. Let me first acknowledge my leader, the CEO and chairman of First Independence Bank, Kenneth Kelly, who had enough thought and confidence in me to bring me to this bank. I'm going to also acknowledge a number of people that are here, the board that helps steer and guide us. They are here. One is on the stage, and he's a Cass Tech alum. There's another board member who is a Cass Tech alum, and again, his thoughtfulness and vision is extremely important. And our vice chair of the board, Linda Forte, who has been a mentor of mine over a number of years, is also here. So I'm just delighted to be here, and I'm going to try to stay on script. I have to acknowledge my friendship and relationship with Gwen that goes back 25 years to the National Black MBA conferences that were held. Principal Phillips, your leadership, your excellence is just, it's, as we say with Cass, it's second to none. So, Assistant Principal Pam, appreciate your support, your guidance, and I would be remiss without acknowledging our PR partner, Lisa Wilmore of the Wilmore Agency. Ms. English, and I know I'm going to get in trouble at home, and Ms. Wilmore are members of Delta Sigma Theta, the Crimson and Cream. And my chairman and CEO is an Alpha, and we have some board members that are Alphas, but I want to acknowledge them, but all of the D9 that are here. What you do inspires so many others. So I'm going to get to the words, because I have something to say, but so it's good to be back home here at Cass. This is a place where I learned who I was, where I first stretched my wings, and where so many of the experiences that shaped me, because the best years were spent here at Cass Tech at the old building. Okay, I want to make sure I'm right, we're clear on that. And there's a number of people that I'm going to acknowledge and touch on. I'm going to talk about that now. Obviously, my family, my mother, who has been acknowledged, my wife, my sister, who I'll talk a little bit more about, my children, DJ, Monique, my oldest, who is phenomenal woman. And the 4 loves of my life, my granddaughters. They mean so much to me. So I'm going to take a personal point of privilege, and I'm going to call out the class of 78. And there's a couple of contingencies. There's a few people that are going to be singled out, but there's some of my East Side contingent that I have been literally in the same homeroom with from first grade to Cass Tech, and they are here, and they mean the world to me. I've been inseparable with one brother. It just fills me up to see him here, and I love him. And it's just great to see him in old faces, and I'm just happy to see them. The class of 78, we already acknowledged. Stand to be recognized. And a few of you, I want to specifically call out. Thank you all for being here. So, when I think about this, some of my most unforgettable moments at Cass, they come from the friendships that I formed. Friendships that actually have lasted a lifetime. My classmates from the class of 78 are so special. We've always shown up for each other, we encouraged each other, and we've supported one another. And we built a bond that my wife really marvels to this day. And that closeness didn't fade, it has grown strong. And many of the same people continue to pour into my life now. And they are sitting in here, and I love them, and I think the world of them. So, as I prepared to put some words together to speak to you, my goal was simple, to share something meaningful. I'm a kid from the East Side, and who would have thought? But if I can inspire even 1 or 2 students to aim higher, and something about aim higher, and I'll talk about that, see themselves clearly, and to step boldly into their future, I've done what I came to do. Success leaves clues, and maybe I can leave a few for you today. So, I grew up on the Lower East Side of Detroit. My grandparents raised me, and one of the most influential people in my life has been my big sister, who's here. She was, and still is, my rock. She always had my back. She could talk about me. She could push me around, but she wouldn't let anybody else, and I love her for that. Life wasn't always easy, and we had our share of challenges that might have seemed too big to overcome, but I pushed through, and she pushed with me. And as a kid, I'll be candid with you, she was like everything to me. I spent a lot of time in her shadow. It was comforting for a while, but I got tired of being Katrina's little brother, so I knew I needed to carve my own path, and that choice led me to Cass Tech. And I can say without hesitation, the 4 years that I spent were some of the most transformative years of my life. I could stand here for hours. There's a lot of stories, memories, and lessons from those days, but it's just one way to sum it up. Being a student at Cass Tech is a blessing. I remember sitting in auditoriums like this, in the old building, as you are sitting, students, where I would listen to alumni talk about their journeys. I was just like you sitting there. Eyes were bright. I was just like, wow, I gotta figure this out. It was here that my dreams grew legs. I didn't have it all. I didn't have a direct path, but it was here where I learned at Cass Tech what I was capable of. And at Cass, I built great friendships with organizations that helped shape me, Black Renaissance, the club, and LTD Productions. And these communities and friendships helped me express myself, make lifelong friends, and plant the seeds early of my desire to join a Divine Nine fraternity. And like many of you, I had a number of teachers who left fingerprints on my future. Mr. Ellis, Mr. Cohen, who would later become my fraternity brother in Kappa Alpha Psi, Miss Shannon, Miss Northern, and Mr. Davis, who taught African American history. But they weren't just teachers, they were builders, and I'm grateful for them. Cass Tech also gave me friendships which have lasted decades. Friends who are here, friends who knew me when we were just kids trying to figure life out, learning, struggling, laughing, and growing. But somewhere in between all of that, we found our voice, we found our stride and our direction. Another huge part of my development was the Horizons Upward Bound program at Cranbrook. Many of my Hub brothers were CAS students, and those relationships deepened over time. In fact, when I was figuring out where to transfer during my freshman year at Kenyon College, it was some of those relationships that guided me. Special shout out to CT78 brothers, Chris Loving and Elliot Ware, rest in peace, who wrote encouraging letters to me my freshman year when I was trying to figure out where I was going to go when I decided to transfer from Kenyon College. I ultimately chose Morehouse College, surrounded by friends who had walked the halls of CAS with me, and the bonds grew stronger. One of my Kappa Alpha Psi line brothers, Brian McLawn, who I'm looking right at, is a proud CT78 technician. He's also my daughter's godfather. Let me just say this plainly. The CAS Tech network is powerful, it's deep, it's wide, it's global. The green and white reaches far beyond Detroit. I'm gonna tell you a little anecdotal story about a young brother that I met who was already mentioned, Terry Richardson II. I have membership at a couple of places where I work out for fitness, but I was at LA Fitness in the sauna and talking to another brother whose son is a CT alum, Damon Webb Jr. And Terry was there talking, and the CAS Tech came up, so we struck a conversation. Terry and I immediately built a relationship. I started mentoring him. And my son, who's a college football player, DJ Hutcherson, was training. He was actually going through the process of finishing his football at Valparaiso, and he was going through the transfer portal. Terry and Coach Rush, who I saw earlier, who's a CAS Tech alum, who coaches his great football team, they were instrumental in not just guiding him to make the choice where he played as a graduate transfer at Northern, but they helped him. He had a great second year at Northern Michigan, where he was an all-conference defensive back. So this is just an example of how wide the network is. So students, as you think about life, it'll give you highs and lows, and you're going to face challenges. I know I did. Some that shake you, some that change you. But one thing that I learned early is that there's a higher power guiding my whisper. Other times it's a shout, but it's always there. And I encourage every student to listen for that inner voice. It's there. That inner compass. It will carry you farther than you can imagine. So as I got to the campus at Morehouse, I was determined to excel academically, especially because scholarships made it possible for me to be there. Kenyon College helped sharpen my academic discipline, and Morehouse helped refine my purpose. Dr. John Williams, one of my favorite professors, wrote one of my recommendations to Harvard Business School for my application there. And one of the most important lessons that I learned at Morehouse was this. Morehouse men are expected to do well, but required to do good. Service is not optional, it's a call. Philippians 2, verse 3 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves." Being a member of Kappa Alpha Psi strengthened that calling. The brotherhood pushes me to strive for achievement in every field of human endeavor, and it keeps me grounded in service. Harvard Business School opened doors that I never imagined walking through. Growing up in the inner city, first in my family to graduate in college, I didn't have a built-in network or generational access to wealth. Harvard changed that. It gave me tools, connections, and opportunities that shifted the trajectory of my life. And because of that, I feel a responsibility to bring others with me. For more than 30 years, I worked in banking and financial services all across the country. And now, to be back home, in the Motor City. What up, though? Serving as president of First Independence Bank, the 7th largest black-owned bank in the country. It's a blessing beyond measure. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. This work isn't just financial, it's generational. It's about families buying their first homes, entrepreneurs starting businesses. And now, our financial institution, First Independence Bank, will soon kick off our first minor checking account for students between the ages of 14 and 17 years old. Because we believe that financial education and getting a head start on your personal finance journey is imperative. We also talked about some other partnerships that we want to be involved with CASTech students, with athletes that are potentially going to be in a position to get NIL money. It's your money. I won't be the individual providing guidance to you, but we have trained, certified financial professionals to help you direct that money where you will be able to really sustain it and use it for a much longer period. So stay tuned for more. We got more in the works. Financial literacy, there's a number of different things. As I reflect, and yeah, I said this, who would have thought? Sometimes you say, I recognize that I shouldn't be here, according to the statistics. But there's a few things that made a difference. Education saved me. CASTech saved me. Horizons Upward Bound saved me. These programs opened my eyes, expanded my world, and showed me that my future did not have to be defined by my zip code. My story isn't just about hard work, because trust me, you have to put the work in. It's about community, and I lean into that community. It's about opportunity, and it's about resilience. So I'm gonna leave you with a quote that speaks to my soul, and I hope it speaks to yours. The tragedy of life is not in failure, but in our complacency. Not in doing too much, but in doing too little. Not in living above our ability, but in living below our capacities. Not failure, but low end is the sin. That's a quote from Benjamin Elijah Mays, who was president at Morehouse for a significant period of time. As I close, I want to thank my loving family, my foundation, my friends, fraternity brothers, classmates, hub brothers that continue to uplift me, my mentors, my colleagues, Principal Phillips, Assistant Principal English, my dear friend Gwen Moore, and the CASTech Alumni Association. But most important, the students like you who are sitting in the seats that I was sitting in once upon a time. Because you inspire me. So thank you, CASTech. I am because you were.
And so first of all, thank you so much, President Hutcherson. We are so excited that you're here and that you're able to share your story with us. And before you go, we just wanted to give you a little token. This is your CASTech swag bag. And we have some real nice, yes, we got some real nice treats in here for you. Yes, so thank you so much.
And we cannot move further without the alum president. Let me tell you something about Leslie, President Leslie of the Alumni Association. Whenever you get those gifts and trips and everything that I ask the alumni for, I can say, hey, can I take the kids to, it doesn't matter. She'll say, okay, how much? So she's the lady behind getting the funding through the alumni for everything that you asked for, football team, basketball, uniforms, this lady right here. And she went to school. They both graduated the same year. So she wanted to come and say something to great Leslie.
Thank you, Principal Phillips. I have to make the correction. First of all, let me yeah, this is my Morehouse brother, so I will be very brief and thank you. Just running crazy and was a little late this morning, so I have to do just a couple of quick things. Please indulge me. First, my job is to acknowledge my alumni. Good morning, CASTech alumni. Thank you. I continue to proudly serve as your president. And then I need to speak to my seniors. Where we at, seniors? Okay, keep that same energy here. I'll see you in June. Yes? Okay, all right now. And if you coming out in December, I still want to see you in June. I want to see you in June. Now, being the CAST technician that I am, and always will be, And yes, we graduated similarly. I'm class of 84, and I followed them down to Morehouse, and I went to Spelman, so he is my brother twice. But let me tell you this, I have an insatiable curiosity on what makes us unique and special, and I want you all to understand how amazing you are. So I've been doing some investigation. There are in excess of 23,900 high schools in the United States. There is in excess of 9,600 alumni associations in these United States. There are only four that were founded, continuously operating, get this, in the 19th and 20th centuries. So we're one of 4 high schools with an alumni association that was founded in 1916. We're coming on our 110th anniversary of continually supporting students, stakeholders, and producing incredible alum like Dimitrius, like Gwen. Heck, I'll even say it, like me. So I want our alum to understand, and our students, I want you to understand what you're entering into. Graduation goes quick. I get 30 seconds to tell you this. When you enter this alumni association, you're entering into a covenant to always support this school, these students, these families, and to do your absolute best. You are going to be in rare air, my children. We have some amazing alum. We continue to honor them and look forward to an alumni career day in the spring, because I want you to be fully exposed to the amazing opportunities that Cass Tech affords you and your mission as you go forward into the world. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for allowing me to have a few moments. Thank you for honoring my brother Squared right here, who is amazing beyond anything I've ever known. As far as Cass Tech alum, he always answers the call. He always answers my call. He always shows up for young people, and he sets the bar on how it should be done. So I will turn this back over to who's next? Oh, the students have questions. Oh boy, here.
They're going to introduce themselves, tell you their grade, and they have a question.
Good morning, my name is Avon Johnson. I'm a freshman, and I have a question. How did Cass Tech prepare you to be the president that you are today?
Well, thank you for your question. And first, the show, this is excellence, this is Cass Tech and these students. But the question, how did Cass prepare me? Well, one thing that Cass teaches you once you get here is how to think critically. How to think critically. And critical thinking is questioning things and not necessarily taking things at face value. So applying that type of approach to learning. I was initially in the chemical science curriculum, and I pivoted after my junior year to really focus on business. And as I started thinking about business, I had the foundation, the educational foundation to excel in undergrad. And once I got to Morehouse and I started looking at students that were in the careers that they were in, I saw banking as the playground or the foundation to launch a career. And then so Cass gave me the foundation and the curiosity, the intellectual curiosity. That's the one thing that they also teach you. Always continue to be intellectually curious, be a critical thinker, but those foundational skills. And as you interact with people, ask the right questions and ask them, what are the things that help them to get to where they are. I used to worry a lot of my mentors and follow them, but I listened to things that they suggested. So, but the foundation is here.
Amen.
Hello, my name is Karis Jeffries, and I'm a senior at Cass Tech. And my question to you is, what are some of the obstacles that you faced to get to the point where you're at, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Excellent question. So I'll be candid. When you work in a profession that historically does not have a lot of people that look like us, there's a lot of perceptions that people will have. And you have to change those perceptions by putting the work in, I was constantly, my capabilities were questioned. But I could always lean into the foundation, the educational foundation that was built here that allowed me to go to Cass Tech. To go to Morehouse College, Kenyon College, Morehouse College, and it was augmented by the Horizons Up and Brown program. Going to good classes, building the academic rigor, and having that foundation, and believing in yourself when people will try to question you or put psychological roadblocks to make you question yourself. Knowing that you have what it takes is the thing that will get you through it. Always, again, thinking about perceptions that people have, and by interacting with them, you can change those perceptions. It's not easy. It might frustrate you, but the other thing that helps you is leaning into relationships with mentors that can help coach you on how to work through some of those obstacles. Because the earlier question, that I have a direct path or in my mind on how to become president of the bank? No. It was an obstacle course, but I navigated through. Each job I learned more. I took on additional responsibility that prepared me for the ultimate job that I have.
Hello, my name is Michaela Hedden. I'm a senior, and my question is just how downtown, there's a lot of investments being happening downtown and a lot of gentrification, but in the community part of downtown, there's not really people investing into the community part, and a lot of people in Detroit don't understand financial literacy. So what would be your approach to helping the community part in the city of Detroit?
Great question. Where do these kids go to school? This is some tough questions. Oh my gosh. So some of the things that we do, we are not only a financial institution, we are a community development financial institution, a CDFI. CDFIs invest in low to moderate incomes. They have programs that are designed for individuals. We have participated in and augmented some of the financing efforts for development in the inner city. Yes, there's been a lot of growth and development in downtown and midtown, but some of that money and some of those opportunities are trickling down. There are development programs like READ, which is the Real Estate Developers Association, where young African Americans are learning how to become developers, and we're helping provide financing to augment that. And yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. Don't move. I'm gonna let you out in just 2 seconds. Stay right there.
So by participating with other CDFIs that provide residential housing, we are helping to advance that growth. We also have down payment assistance programs that we actually provide down payment assistance to first-time home buyers to get their share of the equity. But there's more coming.
My name is Sean Wilson. I'm a freshman here at Cass. Why do you think it's important to remember where you came from?
Oh, so that's a great question, Sean. So he's a Kappa leaguer, and I am who I am because of every life experience that I went through. You learn intestinal fortitude. One of my homies, we used to walk together to support each other because there were gangs around. So why do I remember that? Because when I was dealing with obstacles and people trying to put roadblocks in front of me in my career, I could always go back to some of the challenges that I had to deal with in my neighborhood. When I had people questioning me, or trying to, question would I make it out. I always had that drive to do it. So I was always motivated, and I didn't have any. You want to do things, you want to make money, and what you define as money and success is really relative. But for me, defining it, getting an education, but thinking about the community where I came from, and I was always taught to pay it back and don't forget. Always keep one hand behind you to pick somebody up from behind you. So I always remember where I came from because it shaped who I am today. And I always, it doesn't change, it actually makes you stronger, it makes you better. It gives you the vision to really not think that you're bigger and better.
Keep on giving it for our CT students. They're going to bring up your questions. Thank you so much. And so, the bell. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, let me thank you all so much for being a part of this. Don't move yet. I'm going to give you some instructions. First, we're going to have all of our students in the back here. Don't move yet. You all are going to exit first and go to your class. Our ambassadors who are supporting and helping us with the escorting, if you would come down and line up on this side. Our guests remain seated for just a moment. We're going to get you to the next location.
And guests, can we give our students a round of applause? Because thank you guys. Thank you for coming. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm up here for the rest of the day. But at the big game, see you tomorrow. We're going to win. Have a nice one. Thank you.
That we brought this to let it nourish our bodies. Thank you for the fellowship and us being able to be in attendance for this great day to celebrate a good brother, right? Thank you for the food and the hands that prepared it, and let it nourish our bodies again. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
We already have that program here, but also just making the connection with our career and tech education students who are in business and finance and things of that nature. And so you will be able to engage with them later because they're going to have questions for you, President Hutcherson. But right now, I'm going to bring up our CTE students who are going to give you just a little presentation of our CTE program, what we offer here, just so you can have an idea and look at how what we do here is kind of aligned with what's happening at First Independence Bank, and also just bringing together that focus on financial literacy for our students. So without further ado, CTE students, if you will come. Thank you. This may go in and out, so use your big voice, okay?
Hello, everybody, and good afternoon, and welcome to Cass Tech. My name is Aishan Boswell, and I'm part of the prestigious Career Technical Education Department, and these are my peers.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Tobar. I'm in the 12th grade, and I'm in the marketing curriculum.
Hello, my name is Jimena Castrena. I'm also in the 12th grade, and I'm also part of the marketing curriculum.
Hello, my name is Elizondo Pettis. I'm in the 12th grade, and I'm also part of the marketing curriculum.
My name is Sadie Baker. I'm in the 12th grade, and I'm also part of the marketing curriculum. So this is our presentation on an overview of this Cass Tech CTE program. Introduction to Cass Tech CTE program. Students choose pathways based on interest and career goals. It focuses on skill development and is very centered on helping you with practical skills to actually be able to go into the career field. It has rigorous academic and technical training by combining strong hands-on academics with actual things to prepare you. And then it prepares students for both colleges and careers. It includes sciences, arts, technologies, business, etc. And it helps students build expertise in their desired workforce. It uses projects and real-world applications and builds both practical and technical skills. Programs offer industry connections, and students can earn certifications to gain a workforce advantage. The business curriculum overview. It starts with foundational management courses and moves to advanced accounting and business law by the 12th grade. It builds understanding of business operations, finance, and legal structures, and it teaches finance management operations and legal basics and provides a well-rounded business education. It uses tech tools to support training and learning, and it provides hands-on experience for students in business who want to go into the business and entrepreneurship careers. Next slide, please. Now for the marketing curriculum. The 9th and 10th graders normally do foundational marketing and accounting, and then in their later years, they move up to courses like financial literacy and business law. It provides core marketing skills like branding, promotion, customer service, and entrepreneurship basics. It provides practical skills like marketing analysis, advertising strategies, and digital content creation. And it prepares students for marketing-related courses. The next slide. It covers marketing, entrepreneurship, accounting, and multimedia publishing, and it spans from the 9th to the 12th grade. It provides hands-on learning through practical projects and activities and applies real marketing concepts and skills. It includes ASK marketing concepts, customer service, Microsoft fundamentals, and NCRC. It provides certifications to validate skills and increase employability in marketing/business fields. Digital media. Digital media is integrated into the marketing and communications CTE tracks at Cass Technical High School. Students gain practical skills in video, production, broadcasting, and digital storytelling through coursework. Curriculum prepares students for careers in media production, journalism, and digital communications.
The CTE program also has an accounting class where students learn the basics of bookkeeping, accounting, and banking. And banking.
You okay?
Next slide, please. The financial literacy course prepares students to learn the budgeting, saving, and money skills and how to create personal budgets and how to read and manage balance sheets. This prepares students to better go off into the world, knowing how to have their footing financially. Business law and international business. The business law curriculum has students explore the interaction between the legal world and the business world. This prepares students who want to become entrepreneurs. This prepares them how they can better protect themselves legally as entrepreneurs, and also how to manage different legal crises that may come up. This is mainly handled through projects and case studies that we do in class.
Computer information systems. The CIS program teaches students key technology and networking skills through a progressive curriculum. Students start off with learning basic computer and networking and software skills. Then they move to advanced topics like networking through the Cisco courses in the 11th and 12th grade. The program prepares students for IT certifications in career areas such as computer science, network administration, and information systems. The Cass Tech CTE program allows students to figure out what careers they may or may not want to get into.
Graphic Arts program. Graphic Arts, Foundation in Graphic Communications. In the 9th grade, students learn design basics and layout principles, building a foundation in graphic communications. 12th grade. 10th graders develop skills in photography, digital imaging, and photo editing techniques. 11th grade focuses on offset, printing methods, and designing materials for print media. 12th grade offers advanced instructions in printing technology and production processes. Entrepreneurship program. Entrepreneurship, business planning, and innovations. Cass Tech provides an introduction to entrepreneurship courses focusing on business startups and management skills. The program prepares students to launch ventures or work effectively in startup environments. Drone Technology Program. Drone Program. FAA Certification Preparation. The program prepares students for an FAA Part 107 exam covering regulations, airspace, and safety protocols. Career preparation. Hands-on learning and certifications prepare students for career in innovation, engineering, and data analysis. Work-based learning and career preparation. Cass Tech program offers internships, jobs, shadowings, and partnerships to connect students with real-work experiences. The program includes career awareness, exploration, and preparation tiers to guide students' growth and career readiness. Career readiness and student organizations, DECA BPA Skills USA. DECA program. DECA fosters leadership skills through workshop, role plays, and emerging leaders. I myself am a 4-year member of the Cass Tech DECA program, and I can say it is one of the biggest programs in the district. How many? We, I think, have 100 students in our DECA program today. Miss Gordon, she's not here right now, but Miss Gordon, she's part of DECA, and she's also head of the entrepreneurship for this. Business Professionals of America. BPA supports students pursuing careers in business management, finance, IT, marketing, and entrepreneurship. BPA promotes professionalism, community service, and academic excellence among its members. Skills USA. Skills USA is the #1 workforce development organization for students. We empower students to become skilled professional, career-ready leaders and responsible community members for our mission to reach our brand and to our history, learn who we are, what we do, and why we do it.
Thank you guys for that great presentation. I want everybody to give a good round of applause for the presentation. So now we have some questions for you. Oh, my bad. Not yet, but we're going to get to that shortly. We're going to have some questions for you.
Let's give it up again for our CTE students. Thank you all so much. And they have some questions for you, President Hutcherson, in just a minute. So as we move forward, we're going to have a special presentation. Ms. Moore, did you want to come up now? Dr. Noel?
So we just wanted to take a moment. Our Wayne County Executive, Warren Evans, heard that Mr. Hutcherson was being honored today. And so, of course, he could not let this day go by without sending a proclamation from Wayne County in honor of Dimitrius Hutcherson Day. So on behalf of the Office of Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, we present this proclamation to Dimitrius Hutcherson in honor of Dimitrius Hutcherson Day at Cass Tech.
Not forget where you come from. And I think everybody that knows me, one of the first things, and my mother is going to be proud of me to say this, is that I'm a proud East Sider. I'm a very proud Lower East Side Detroit member. So, and there's perceptions about the East Side, and it's, we're here to break down all those perceptions. But as a person of color, there are perceptions about you, your capabilities, your intellectual capacity, and we continue to break down those barriers. When I walked into to Cass Tech, I have to reference the old building. There was never a doubt at that point in time, because I was in a group of like-minded individuals. And there were some brothers like James Webb that were from the East Side that we came together, and we came with the perception of letting people know that there's folks on our side of town that are ambitious and want to do things. So that's how you don't forget. But you're proud about it. But then when you come into to go to this school, and those letters, what did Monica? How did she do it? Like this? When you have that brand, you know what you're.
We are ready to start calling students down by the floor for the talent show. And please know that there will not be any after-school announcements due to the talent show. Students who are participating in the talent show and students who are spectators, make sure that you have on your wristband, and you must scan the QR code outside or inside the theater for attendance purposes. Please only scan the QR code once so that your attendance can be captured if you are attending the talent show today. Also, this is a reminder that Cass Tech will play Rochester Adams and Troy at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Let's show up and show out for the big game to mine.
CT, all right. So I have just a few other things to say. So this is humbling. I can't express, I mean, I can't articulate in words how grateful I am, how proud I am to represent Cass Tech, and how my, I'll say my, small accomplishments, it's out of just, serving, trying to help others, their lives become better. And so for me to get recognized like this, I want every student in here that has doubts about themselves, because I had doubts about myself. But if you have doubts about yourself, look at me, and you should be able to see yourself in me. And so it's a lot of pride in this, but this is something, you have a lot of runway now. If you're looking at me and you're seeing what I've done, but you think about what you can do if you just put the work in. So this is it. But this is, oh my gosh, I don't have anything else to say, except thank you. Thanks for investing.
You can continue to eat and take pictures and celebrate.
And just real quick, some of my CTE teachers are here supporting me. We have Dr. James, who is over marketing. We have, thank you, Dr. James. We have Ms. Shelby here, who is our business teacher. And we have Ms. Holmes here, who is over accounting and finance. So thank you all so much for supporting this afternoon. And these are their students that are here with us this afternoon, and they have some questions for you. President Hutcherson, you know how this goes, so get ready. Okay, here we go. Who's first?
I'll start.
At this time,
Happy to be here.
I have some questions for you. Okay. So number one is, what skills do you think are most important for success in banking or finance today?
Okay. Thank you for your question. There's a couple of ways to approach this. It depends on where you want to go to school. So you have to think about this. Do I want to be impactful regionally, nationally, and nationally/locally? So obviously there are a couple of great schools that have some awesome business schools. The University of Michigan, the Ross School of Business. I think you can apply, go blue, my daughter went there, to Michigan. You can apply and be admitted depending on what classes you took in high school for the Ross School, or you can apply once you get to Michigan. The Broad School at Michigan State is also a great school. Wayne State's Mike Ilitch School of Business has really become an emerging program, and it's actually gaining national recognition. I think it's going to emerge more so as a not just a regional program, but it's a good one. So Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan have good schools of business. So those would be more regionally focused. If you wanted to look at schools that are nationally known, University of Michigan is nationally known just because of the brand. Some of the Big Ten schools, Northwestern, and then if you want to, go Ivy League, you can look at some of the Ivy League schools like Harvard College, Yale, Princeton for banking. Also, Bowling Green has a great business program. Miami University of Ohio and Oxford of Ohio. Economics is a great major if you don't want to focus in finance, but economics, people always said that they think really, really critically, and they're very good statistically in their intellectual curiosity. So some of the schools in some of the liberal arts schools, Alma, Olivet, great schools. Kalamazoo College, phenomenal school. Kenyon College, where I did go for my freshman year. Oberlin, Denison, etc.
Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Hutcherson. One question I have for you is, as you got more successful, what's one financial literacy skill that you learned and that you mastered that you wish you would have known when you were younger?
I want to get to that, but I gotta correct myself. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the HBCUs, because I went to I studied finance. Again, they're not local, but they do have a national brand. Morehouse, Howard, Hampton, Fisk University, also great schools for finance, and they can be feeder schools into law school, graduate school, etc. Now, to your question, what was the thing that as I gained success on the financial literacy side? One of the things that if I would have had classes like this that are made available, I think I would have built a stronger level of financial discipline earlier as it related to savings. Yes, I saved, but I probably, with some of the financial literacy courses that my brother president of the Morehouse Detroit chapter, Ron Spears, teaches, he has a framework that really teaches you how to save, smaller tiers, and as you grow and your income increases, different ways to expand that, and you create a better discipline. I think those are some key things that would have probably allowed me to have even more money set aside. So those are some key takeaways, but I think that's it.
Hi, my name is Sadie Baker. My question is, what was the pivotal moment in your life where you knew, I don't know how to phrase this a different way, but you knew that you made it, or you knew that you could become everything you wanted to be?
That's a great question. Well, when I came out, of CAS, I was pretty confident. I've been out of the Hub program. I was fairly confident. I was a pretty, coming from Kenyon, coming out of Morehouse, being, because when I went down there, my grandmother told me, she said, boy, don't go down there and lose a scholarship. You're gonna have to come back home. And I didn't want to come back to Detroit without a degree. And once I got down to Morehouse and I started learning about just the quality of individuals and the quality of the opportunities that were made available to not just folks at Morehouse. We knew about folks at Howard, about Hampton, and Ian Spelman, the things that they were doing. I left there really, really feeling good. But the thing that really, I would say the tipping point for me is when I did something, I pretty much made predictable moves. I was at MBD, my career was going, and things were going well. I made an atypical move. I quit my job. I had money saved. Sold my home, and I went to Harvard Business School. And once I got into Harvard, and once I understood the relationships and the network that I was going to be exposed to, that's the point where, so again, financial success is relative. Coming from my neighborhood where I came from, I felt successful. James, Chris, we know where we're from, right? So we were success stories are there. But the really, really maker, when you get in that kind of network and you're in rooms with people that have Ivy League degrees and pedigrees, that's when I knew I could make, and I had access to people like that, and they were willing to help me. That's when I knew the sky was the limit. I just had to put the work in.
My name is Brizette Gonzalez. It's such a pleasure to meet you. My question has to be about, earlier you mentioned the fact that you're the first in your family to graduate college. How was it navigating that spaces, especially in the Ivy League institution?
So, it's a great question. Coming out of Morehouse, the thing that I didn't realize is that Morehouse, Howard, I looked at some of the individuals and their profiles, and I looked at my profile, and I didn't see anything different that would prevent me from not only applying, but being admitted. But the thing is, there was a larger percentage of African American people from Morehouse and Howard. They go from 1 and 2. That not only they get into the Ivy League schools like Harvard Business School, Harvard Law School, Harvard Medical School. So when I saw that data and I got there, I knew I belonged because I had the data and the history, and you had a network. We were going to keep each other from falling. So that was the strength that held us together. And a powerful example, one of my very dearest friends that I met in business school, Mark Mason, and this is public information. Mark Mason is a Howard University alum, the Mecca, right, Chris? And he was the chief financial officer for Citigroup, not a division, but all of Citigroup. And they just announced, and this is public information, that he's moving into a different role. He'll be vice chair, executive vice chair of the bank. But he's a dear friend, and we talked about that. I knew that this was happening, but this is just an example of the network that you have and how leaning into that network is helpful. We talk, we talk and we compare experiences, and I run things by him, he runs things by me. So those relationships are helpful, and it's part of the network and the village that you build.
Hello, Mr. Hutcherson. My name is Tyler Hampton, and it is a pleasure to meet you. I do have one question about, I was hoping you could elaborate more on what you learned about yourself at Morehouse compared to the Ivy League school.
That's an awesome question. So, what I learned about myself at Morehouse, and I think anybody that went to an HBCU, Vince, Chris, James, Carla, my wife Monica, I don't know if you want to call it brain. There's a nurturing, there's a level of relationships you build, because you're in an environment, in a village with a lot of like-minded people like you, and you get the chance to see people that are striving for the same thing, but they're not trying to. There's no crabs in a barrel. You realize that there's enough opportunity for everybody, and that same village, and you run across people who preceded you that went to Harvard Law School, went to Harvard Business School, Medical School, Wharton Graduate School of Business, and you lean into those relationships and you talk to them because you may have doubts. Can I do this? And they say, man, yes, you can do it. I did it. So, and this is how you do it. So that network and that village that you gain at those places prepares you. And it's interesting. Some of the Ivy League school cats from Yale and Dartmouth, they would just say, y'all have a different level of swag, a different level of confidence. And this is the nurturing that you get from that environment.
Hello, Mr. Hutcherson. My name is Aishan Boswell, and my question is, how did you deal with the pressures of being Black from the East Side and going to a different state, different communities, in front of different people, and handling that pressure, especially the pressure of coming back home with a degree?
It's James and I were talking when we were talking how we used to walk together to the junior high or middle school, because you don't want to get jacked by the gangs, and so it wasn't necessarily in vogue to be smart or ambitious, but we were committed to it. And then auxiliary programs like Horizons Upward Bound gave us additional oxygen, and the village is where I met Christopher Loving, and just the oxygen from Cass and the people that, like Brian McLawn, who is also my line brother that I met, and Vince Turner, a classmate. You got that oxygen, and it was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be me, and what I tell you is that you gain a sense of, okay, I'm not doing this thing or fighting this fight alone. There are others that are committed like me, and you lean into each other, and you sharpen each other, and and then when you get into corporate America and you have these jobs where people always want to question you, and you were never given anything. You talk about that with your boys, and some of your sisters, and you trade stories and experiences, and that gives you additional confidence, oxygen, energy to press on and really work through dilemmas when people try to question you or make you second guess yourself. That's the village. It's places like this here.
Thank you again, Mr. Hutcherson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hutcherson. My name is Elizondo Pettis. Pleasure to meet you. My question is, what financial advice would you give to students like me who are heading into college or to my peers who are heading into their first jobs?
Okay, I'm gonna do a commercial here. First, visit www.firstindependence.com. Was one thing that I'm gonna say. We don't necessarily want all of your money. We would like you to leave and deposit some of it with us. I talked about this minors account that's gonna be for kids that are ages 14 to 17. Start saving now, put an account, put some money aside, even if it's small amounts. If you didn't take a financial literacy class, try to take one or take a web-based one. Learn, get in the habit of just learning how to save. There's a whole saying that, you know, if you don't see it, you won't think about it. But develop some kind of savings cadence at a young age so that you can, you know, get better and put bigger amounts away just for vacation. Something that you can't afford today, but you know you might be able to afford later. Just do that later. But open up an account with First Independence Bank. We do financial literacy. We have retail accounts. We have banks. We have second chance bank accounts for individuals that have bank accounts that didn't manage well. And you have a chance to open up a second chance account, and after you manage that 6 months or so, you can then open up, you can convert it to a traditional banking account. So we have an account for everybody, and particularly individuals that are 14 to 17.
Question, just stay right there. So we are ending our wonderful event. Once again, I want everyone to stand to their feet and let's honor the man of the hour. President Hutcherson, thank you so much. This is your day. And we are here to honor and celebrate you. I hope that in this event you are able to see how much you have impacted, not just your immediate community, but the entire community here in Detroit and Southeast Michigan and around the world. I hope that you see the legacy that you have left behind for us to cherish and to model after. Thank you. I hope that you see yourself in some of our students here. Yes, I hope that you see yourself, and I hope that you all have had a good day today and see how much that we treasure our legacy in President Hutcherson. And so before we go today, I do want, after Principal Phillips speaks, I do want all the students who are here to take a picture with President Hutcherson over there once we have completed today. But thank you all so much for sharing your valuable time today in this moment. And Principal
That's what I
Phillips.
wanted, for them to take a picture. I'm about the kids. So all the students, I want you guys to come take a picture because it's important that you connect. So come on up, babies.